Hello, my name is SilverDarkPhoenix, and this is my book opening of Prometheus, the Art of the Film. Technically, if you want to see me open this, just skip forward a little bit. I'm going to put an actual link in the description where you can follow up and actually see me open this thing. It's just that in the next couple of minutes I'm going to explain why I haven't been doing that many book openings as well as other kind of openings. It's because technically I actually did state that I wanted to get a new camera and a new graphics card. The problem is, like I said in the previous kind of videos, I think I have in previous videos, I'm living in a house that technically is a kind of halfway home kind of thing between one house and another. Most of my stuff is actually in boxes, and the reasons for why I can't buy a new camera or buy a new graphics card is because cameras are kind of expensive. They're also kind of fragile. I didn't want to damage it moving it from one house to another. Also, I didn't want to get a new graphics card because, as many people would realize, the new graphics cards are kind of expensive for what they are. I mean, the RX 480, very expensive. Right now in Europe, it costs over €300. The GTX 1060, yet again, is over €350, which most people would realize those graphics cards are only worth like €250. So, not buying one of those. Also, I didn't want to carry around my old graphics card in a box. You know, because like I said, I'm going to move from one place to another in about a year's time, and I didn't want more boxes to move. So that was the reasons for why I haven't bought a new camera or bought a new graphics card, because it's just not reasonable to do so at this moment. So a lot of these books that I'm going to be opening in the next couple of weeks are ones I've already already had a look into. Also, I also own for about a year or so. And I opened the box that they all come in, and I just decided to I'll do a little book opening of each one of these books. So, yeah, I'm going to do more playthroughs in the future, as well as more collector editions opening, because I've got a pre-order of Dishonored 2, which I mentioned before in the Fallout review, that I will be getting. I think it's in November. I'm not too sure when that game is going to come out, because they might push it back if the game needs more work to be done. So I'm not too sure, but I am interested. I'm kind of considering pre-ordering Outlast as well as Resident Evil 7. But at this moment, I can't exactly trust the trailers. But I will be playing Outlast because I'm a huge fan of Outlast, and it scares the crap out of me. Also, yeah, the thing is that if you wanted to skip that little rant right there, I will put a description in the link, and it will show you could just skip that bit and then get right onto this. So yes, this is the Prometheus, the Art of the Film, and technically a lot of people didn't like the movie. I didn't like the movie. I like the comic a lot more. The comic was actually done better. Not too much better, but it was still done a lot better. So yeah, the art seems a bit more representing the alien a bit more, which is kind of strange that the movie didn't. I mean, the only time we actually saw the alien was at the end of the actual movie. Sorry about that. So this is the actual head titles of each page, or the actual chapters of each page. So it's the lifeboat, Prometheus, the dawn of time, the planet, landing on Prometheus. So they named the planet Prometheus. I didn't know that. I thought Prometheus was the actual ship. So I already thought Prometheus was the ship, not the planet's name. So that means the planet isn't the same planet that's in Alien then. Because if it was already named Prometheus by people there, then it shouldn't be named I can't remember the name of it now. The one that was actually in Aliens and Alien 1. That's why the jockey doesn't look like he does in the Alien movie. So yeah. I have no understanding. It's that was in the movie, but for some odd reason, it looks a lot bigger in the actual first movie than it does in this one. I mean, even the jockey looks smaller than he does in the original movie. So this is just like behind the scenes of the making of the movie itself. So most of this book will be photographs as well as the designs, and I think it's mostly designs as well as the actual writing underneath will be explanations between the designer as well as the director of what they wanted to capture in the movie. So this is not technically an art book. This is just a storyboard book, I believe. Yeah, it is. Prometheus is the flagship. So then why the hell did things say the landing on Prometheus? I thought Prometheus was the name of the ship. Landing the Prometheus. Oh, landing the Prometheus. Sorry, landing the Prometheus. Okay, I thought they said landing on Prometheus. My mistake. So it does look a bit like what you see in Alien Isolation and other Alien movies, but it looks a bit too clean. I didn't like it. It looks too sterile. I know this is meant to be like a flagship, not like the Weyland-Yutani kind of mining ship, but it looks still a bit too clean. I think that's what a lot of people didn't like about it. That's the designs of the ship itself. The lifeboat. Screenshots of the actual descent into the land. But the weird thing is that this planet doesn't look like anything like it does in Alien 1, so that looks a bit strange, because there's no jagged rocks, there's no volcanic eruptions. It's kind of weird. It's almost like they're not the same planet, which would make more sense if it wasn't. They tried to do the same kind of designs for the style here as they did for the other, which was in Aliens. But it should have dirt on it, I think. A lot of things make it look very clean. That's not what Alien was about. It was kind of like, it was dirty, it was grimy. But I guess this one was that it was meant to be a very kind of posh and very kind of expensive and clean kind of journey. I think the whole problem with Prometheus, the movie itself, is that there was a lot of build-up, but no actual reasoning for all that build-up. There was no answers or any kind of deliberation of who the hell the architect people were or why they were building aliens in the first place. That's the mural behind the eggs, which you didn't see very well in the movie itself because the movie was extremely dark, so you couldn't see the murals on the ceilings as well as behind the walls properly. That was just a waste of time. What was the point of making him look old? I mean, you could make him look like an android. It would have no insignificance. I mean, you know. that's what he turns into. I think this would have been a better look. Him having this kind of cone like an alien does. But they skip to this image here. But I think this would have looked more like his genetics have been taken over by the actual virus. See, that didn't look right to me. Because it didn't have the alien kind of genetics in there that much. He just looked like a monster, like Frankenstein's monster. That's the building of the jockey. See, a lot of this, here and here, was too dark in the movie itself, and you didn't actually see this that well in the movie, and not unless you watched it through another means of, increasing the brightness and stuff. Because I don't know why they made the movie so dark so you couldn't see the details. I mean, the whole point of the movie was to show the details. That was ridiculous. Them not wearing actual face masks in the movie itself while being around an alien life form. That kind of seems a bit stupid to me. This book is actually quite big. It's quite... I mean, if you put it on a bookshelf, it will take up a large amount of the bookshelf. It's like a widescreen kind of book. I'll show a measurement at the end, because it's actually quite long. It's not quite tall, but it's actually quite long. Oh, missed. That's the original face hugger. The Prometheus School of Running. You run away from something that's falling at you in its actual shadow. That makes sense. Well, the weird thing is that this character in certain shots, the actual architect guy, seemed a lot smaller than he does in this movie. I think in these pictures it's because they actually had to get a guy to dress up as the architect, and the problem being is that there's no one going to be as big as this guy. I mean, he was meant to be at least above 8 foot tall. I think he's like 9 foot tall. He looks like the Titan from Resident Evil. So this is the birth of the new type of alien, because it was bred through an actual jockey. Doesn't have much of a facial expression. Returning to the world of science fiction was so fun. I'm thinking about what the hell I might do for Prometheus 2. Well, for a start, you didn't call it Prometheus 2. So yeah, this was the unboxing of Prometheus, the art of the film. And my name is SilverDarkPhoenix, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, sorry about this. I forgot to say that I wanted to measure the book. I actually mentioned to measure it. It is a ruler's length, which is 30 centimeters long, and 23.5 centimeters tall. So it's the same size as a normal book, but it is the length is quite long. So if you did put this on a bookshelf, you have to put it kind of sideways, or if you put it like a normal book does, it will stick out a bit. So it would actually stick out about, I'd say about that much on a bookshelf. So you would actually get a lot of the book actually outside the bookshelf. So yeah, my name is SilverDarkPhoenix, and this was my book opening of Prometheus, the art of the film, and I'll see you next time.